Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 2023 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out more than you'll ever know. It gets me back on the YouTube algorithms, radar, because I had to take a break to take care of sick family members. So, thank you so, so much for helping me out by liking, by commenting, by subscribing. You guys are absolutely fantastic. So, thank you. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Excuse me, I do have allergies, so bear with me and my stuffiness. So let's see what energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is the Eight of Cups reversed. We need to be mindful. It's kind of like staying at the party too late. There's something that needs to be walked away from. It's either we're not ready to walk away from it or somebody else isn't ready to walk away. But there's a sense here of like, I just got like, you overstayed your welcome type of thing. But there's like an apprehension of how do I move forward. So just be aware of this during this time, Leo. I don't know how that move forward or what that pertains to exactly. It doesn't mean that you have to overstay your welcome, but it's just kind of like that person at the party that doesn't know when to leave, type of thing. That energy is going to be coming up during this time. So let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, so we have two right here. We have tranquility and we have spontaneous. We're not feeling very spontaneous. Spontaneous is reverse. We kind of want things well planned out. We'd like things well organized. So that is just something we need to be aware of. And then tranquility, to embrace our peace, our tranquility, our harmony. It's going to be really, really, really important to us. Just being able to find those moments of calm is going to be one of the best things that we can do for ourselves during this time. And it's not just during this new moon, which is on the 19th, it's going to be from new moon to new moon. So let's see what spirit has to say through the tarot, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So what's very interesting here is that things are moving very quickly for us, which we can see in an astrological sense. So during this time, we have Mars squared Jupiter, which really helps us to start new projects, new things, to really get the ball rowing, get the ball rolling. There we go, and take advantage in terms of long-term success. Take advantage of opportunities to really go after what it is that we desire. Now we need to be mindful of choosing our fights carefully because during this time we can be a little bit hot-headed. We're having a bit of a difficult time connecting with sacred feminine energy. Okay, just that kind of more intuitive, emotional energy coming in. It doesn't matter, how we identify ourselves. Sacred feminine energy, it doesn't matter if you're male at all, right? It's just going to be harder to connect with. And this doesn't mean that this is just a reading for women. So just be aware of this. This is going to be a time where we're looking at things and it's like, well, like, what about a new dawn? And there's going to be a sense of like, well, what about right now? And our tempers can get the best of us during this time. And we can fight in a rather, quote unquote female way, which is more like name calling and, you know, kind of like, or we can find somebody in our lives, but because we are also fire sign energies, it's just kind of like character destruction, okay, coming forward. And that could be the way that we get angry, and it's like salt the land, salt the land and move forward from there. So just be very, very mindful of that during this time, that our tempers can get the best of us, which also makes sense because we have Jupiter squared Pluto. Now, Jupiter squared Pluto becomes like is the most intense aspect of this new moon, right? During this time moving us ahead. And it really focuses on success and power and influence and becoming more. Astrologers call this the billionaire maker, not the billionaire, the millionaire maker, but billionaire too, right? So here there is a sense of, understanding that we're moving forward towards success. Now, the flip side is that this can also bring on crippling debt. If we're not careful, if we're not smart about things, all of a sudden we can get ourselves in trouble because it's always going to be, well, the next move. It's kind of like gambling. Well, the next round I'll win. The next round I'll win until, all of a sudden we're overwhelmed and we like from losing and we didn't heed the warnings to go and move on to something else. So during this time, we need to be very aware, just not only of our goals, because our goals can become overwhelming. Our goal of success, we can kind of not know when to step away. And that's why tranquility is going to be so important to balance our energy. The Empress is reversed here as well. So we had the Queen of Wands reverse, which can also mean that we're not embracing our own magic and taking the magic of the hearth. Okay, very much a Hestia energy, which is my favorite, Greek goddess, who, long story short, the Olympians were going to fight again over who got to be the main gods because there were an unequal amount of men and women, right? Gods and goddesses. And Hestia stepped back and said, listen, we just got finished fighting the Titans. I'm not doing this again. And everybody else was willing to go to war again. So because of that act, she became worshipped in every single Greek home, and then subsequently in every single Roman home. Her name lived, and she was the center of the home. She was the hearth. We still talk about the hearth today. So here, it's knowing that there's magic in the home. There's magic in choosing not to fight, right? In choosing a peaceful, way forward, which cannot be her initial instinct. We can very much kind of like have a Boudica instinct of like, I'm going to get revenge. I need this revenge. It's so powerful for me. But with the Empress reversed as well, there's very much a sense of what do I need? What do I need to give birth to, which is what do I need to plant in the fertile soil of this time? Because this is a new moon in Taurus. And this is a time, a new moon is a time of setting intentions. This is the time to plant our seeds. And we could be looking at it and like, no, I don't want to plant the seeds. I just want to keep on pushing forward. But this is the time to plant the seeds, which, you know, it's interesting that there's such an aversion to taking the time to do this. And I don't know exactly why that is, but just know that it's there. That energy is there where it's like, no, don't plant the seeds. Don't take time to grow, to nurture things. Just keep on pushing forward, keep on pushing forward, keep on going after. And that's not going to get us exactly to the place that we want to be. So just be aware of this during this time, Leo. It's just coming forward. Like they're just so fiercely moving forward. It's like, I'm on the prowl, I'm on the hunt. Don't stop me. And that could be an energy that we have, but we need to temper it, right? We can be going after something really big, but we need to temper it. We need to balance things. The Eight of Wands is everything moving very, very, very quickly. Okay. So just be aware of that. During this time moves very quickly for us. It's very powerful for us and it's astoundingly intense. So being aware of this is going to help us to see more, to understand more, to push us forward, but also to know that the energy of this time we can very much get caught up in, right? We can very much get caught up in it. Now, this also makes sense because 5 planets are in Taurus. It's Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, the Moon, and the Sun. We also have the North Node, the North Lunar Node in Taurus as well. So our head is all focused on, moving forward towards success, going after what we desire. Why this is important is that we're ruled by the sun. So, Leo, we shine bright. We shine bright and we want people to notice us, right? And people notice when we're not there. They notice when we're too intense, right? When the sun is too hot, we notice. When the sun isn't there, it's hidden behind the clouds, we notice. We love it when the sun is just right. On those beautiful days where the sun is just right. Okay, so here, just know that we can either be too intense or hidden behind clouds. We're going to have a tendency to go towards extremes during this time. Everything's going to be moving very fast, and we can feel rather caught up in that energy, of next, 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 next. It's rather overwhelming, and it puts a lot of weight on us. We can be gathering up what to do, what to do, what to do next, and what to do next. That the only thing we're seeing is the dirt on our shoes. And that's not where we want to be. So just be mindful about this. Be mindful during this time. We can say, of course I can do this. Of course I can do this. There's nothing that we'll say no to almost in order to get ahead, in order to succeed, in order to achieve. And we need to be a little bit more discerning because we're carrying too much. We need to also release a lot of negative energy that has been holding us back. A lot of things that have gone uncreated, unsaid, that we need to move us forward in. Like we need to release in order to get to where we want to be. The universe is opening up to us. Here we have this ephemeral being, this being of wind and snow moving forward. We're crowned by the universe. There's so much more here than we know. There are no limits to us. And yet our own ambition can limit us during this time. So be aware of this. We're highly ambitious. We're not really worried about the ephemeral future. We're not really worried about the past, which is done. We're very much in the right here, right now. But we have a conqueror's spirit, a tyrant spirit to us that we need to be mindful of. So just be aware of this. The universe is opening to us. Are we going to walk in like giants, leaving big craters in the earth? Are we going to walk in like the wind, seeing it all, taking it all in, and slowly and steadily shaping things to our will? Because there is a difference. Let's see what the moon has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Excuse me. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah, so here's the thing. It's so funny that the only card that came upright, and I know you guys are going to be like, Dane, this isn't cool. And I get that. But the only card that came upright was in this moonology deck is don't let pride get in your way. And this is the full moon in Leo. So just be aware that we're going to be very, very focused. And again, we're going to think that's how we win the millions, right? That's how we win the millions. And Spirit's like, nope, that's not it. And I'm not trying to dissuade you or to deflate you or anything like that. But there is a power to a calm, steady being moving forward. And that's going to be so important during this time. That's how you'll win the millions. And I'm not saying that we'll all become millionaires, thanks to this time in Jupiter, squared Pluto, but it means that fortune is coming. Fortune, prosperity is coming. Don't let pride get in the way because we're not finding pleasure. We're pushing forward, but it becomes all about the success. It becomes all about the power that we forgot the game to begin with. We forgot what we were here for and now we're weighed down. So just be aware of this. It's crowning us with focus. Focus, focus, focus. Focus on opening the third eye. Focus on that beautiful transformation of the third eye energy of thoughts and instincts and, the balancing of ourselves. It brings us to balance spirituality and practicality, which we're saying no thanks to because we're really looking at the right here, right now, right here, right now. And what does spiritual have to do with it? And what does practical have to do with it? Success has to do with it. So here it's stepping back. It's once we find ourselves in that energy of like, I have to prove myself. I have to achieve this. It's like, why do I have to do anything? There are very few things in this life we have to do, right? We have to eat, we have to sleep, we have to drink, and we have to excrete waste. But after that, everything else is like socially dictated or, personally dictated. So here, just understanding that and embracing that power is going to be very important. That sense of I'm balancing myself. I'm balancing myself and I'm awakening. I'm balancing myself and I'm awakening. It moves us to you and your loved ones are safe. We don't feel that way. Why? Because we're not at peace. Why? Because we're out of harmony with ourselves. We need to be meditating on the sacred feminine aspect of us, of embracing our magic, of embracing our fire, of embracing our passion, and not letting it engulf us. During this time, it's very easy to be engulfed. It's like Icarus. We fly too close to the sun. Didymus escapes. He's wiser. He flies lower. Icarus falls. He's younger. He doesn't understand his own limits. Here, we're looking at things. It's like we can't force anything to be. We can simply embrace what is what right now. And that sounds rather defeatist. Like, I get that. But there's a sense of where I am right now. I'm shaping it. And I'm shaping it through peace and through love, which is a way harder thing than to shape it through will and force and fear. A new start is coming. Does it feel that way? No. Are we reflecting on ourselves? No. We want to force a new start, but we're not believing that we can have it. There's almost a sense of like, I'm still repenting for things gone wrong or waiting for the next shoe to drop or something like that. Look at yourself. See your face as you grew. It could be sad. I mean, it is sad. As we grow and as we see dreams transform and change and maybe never come to life. But remember, those dreams were planted in you for a reason. It got you to an extraordinary place. And by that, spirit just means, the extraordinary place of your life and your existence and your desires. They shape us in little ways. We could have huge dreams, kings and queens and palaces and whatnot, or, grand adventures into outer space, those type of dreams that you have when you're little. And the whole world is possible. And then reality sets in. But those dreams still shape us. We tell stories to our kids, and then they get to tell stories, and they shape dreams. We always look at things on a grand scale. I think, Leo, right now, the moon is telling you to kind of rein it in a bit. Rein it in a bit. The moon only illuminates so much. You're going to want to illuminate so much more, and a new moon doesn't illuminate at all. It simply shows us that it's not just poetry that says, stardust is in our veins. It's reality. So here, it's seeing the nothing and seeing ourselves. And that's a trip. That's something. It moves us to what do you need to release? And there's something here that we're holding on to. I mean, everything's moving so fast that we're not going to realize it. But there's something here, and that ties into the Eight of Cups that Spirit is saying be mindful of. There's something here that we're not releasing that needs to be released. It's just going to be so important for us. There's something that needs to be let go. Don't let pride get in your way. There'll be no pleasure in that. The ego might be fulfilled, but the ego is never satiated. It's like a hungry glutton, right? It's an endless pit. And it'll just weigh you down and weigh you down until all you see is the dirt on your shoes. And that's just no way to live. Our subconscious message to be mindful of is the Six of Cups. It's living in the past a lot. And that can be something that slows us down. Regrets, the past, hurt, pain. We could be running away from our shadow. Personally, I've learned that is something you can never outrun, no matter what reason you want to. It'll always be right behind you. And here, it's a sense of we can live in the I coulda, I shoulda, I woulda, or we can say, I did, and now I move forward. And there's strength in that. There's power in that. Because it's a hard thing to do. Not many people can do it. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message, which is love. There's a song, All You Need Is Love. And then there's another song that says, Love Isn't Enough. And it's true. Love isn't enough. You can't love somebody enough to fix them if they don't want to be fixed, or to heal them if they don't want to be healed. But love, when we embrace love and we let love run through our veins and our brains, it can transform us. It's not somebody else loving us. It's us embracing love. And Spirit saying, why don't we just chant the words to ourselves? Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Peace, peace, peace. Heal, heal, heal. If you want to change it up, but just chant love. Love is the most powerful word, right? If you write it under water and have a cup of water sit on top of it, and you just write love, the crystals of that water will become so beautiful. And we're mostly water. So why not embrace love, 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 peace, 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 heal, heal, heal. Our subconscious tarot message is the Knight of Pentacles. This time, this Taurus time, right? This Taurus moon, this Taurus sun is slowly and steadily moving us forward to financial success, prosperity, what we value as much as money coming in and triumphing. It moves us then to our subconscious moon message, which says believe in the impossible. Surrender. Surrender to the moon. Surrender to the changing of seasons, the changing of the moon, the changing of tides, the fact that life is forever changing, right? All is flux and nothing stays the same. Pluto said it. Plato said it. And then here we have believe in the impossible. If we surrender, which we're having a hard time doing, we're having a hard time relinquishing control. And we're having a hard time seeing our own power and our own grace. So it's making it really difficult to believe in the impossible. But believe in the impossible. That's what the moon is kind of like daring you to do. It's like I double dog dare you to believe in the impossible, to say this can happen, to move forward in this energy. I double dog dare you to say it's not about me, but let me follow my heart, my desire. Let me sit in meditation and open the whole world to me and see what it is that comes forward that I really want and I really long for. And that's when the millions start coming, whether it be figuratively or actually. It can be very surprising. All right. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.